What's up my grappling homies? Given all the submissions last weekend at Bellator 198, I thought I would talk about a lost skill in grappling: trapping. Right now, one of the best metas in sport BJJ, is to pull guard first and sweep to get 2 points. Getting a quick 2 points puts a lot of pressure on the other player to score back, which could force an error or make them give up a sub. Furthermore, modern passing is all about standing passes, which makes it more attractive to try get under the base to sweep, as opposed to trying to break posture and entangling the limbs. Being a good trap guarder in MMA, however, is a skill worth cultivating. The basic premise is that impeding strikes should be the guarder's first priority. You must create a scenario where punching at you will be heavily penalized. A good trapper is trying to catch you in a stalemate. If the opponent chooses to break it by striking, he risks isolating a limb and giving up a submission. When a good entanglement is on, resisting the urge to strike is paramount. Pulling an arm away to land a strike does 2 things. First, it creates space for the hips and legs to move. Second, it isolates the other arm, and sets up an arm bar or a triangle. As you are on your knees, your head is in range when the guarder's hips shoot up to close around for a triangle. Every time you open space up to strike, you leave open the opportunity for the hips and legs to reconfigure and further isolate the trapped arm. This is how I typically gauge grappling prowess of MMA fighters, by the way. The awareness and decisions made during key wrestling and grappling positions says a lot more than what specific moves someone does. Even if you are not comfortable doing standing passes, at the bare minimum, avoiding punching during critical moments can go a long way. Controlling your natural instincts to muscle out of tough spots, and developing awareness of your opponent's setups, is one of the harder aspects of grappling mastery. Okay, what if you just wait? After all, the trapper is stalemated too, he can't really punch effectively either. Yes, both sides are stuck in a hand fight. But as long as you stay on your knees, your legs are out of play. A skillful guarder, on the other hand, can still move his lower body about. Trying to wait here for the trapper's next move is also not optimal. Sure, you can protect your arms from isolation, but your posture is still vulnerable. Here you can see the trapper shoots his hips up to double down on his control. Now not only are your hands trapped, but your ability to posture up is now impeded. Even worse, once the legs have encircled the body and crossed, the guarder has multi-directional control over your upper body. With this posture control, you are now a sitting duck. There is no immediate submission threat, but your upper body can be tilted sideways, and you can be tipped over on your back. Defending this tilting will lead to you isolating your arm, as if you had punched. Here Lovato Jr. starts driving the opponent's posture down, threatening to sweep him. Now you have a choice: accept the tilt and get put on your back. Or this one, where his opponent chooses to post his arm out and push back. Now he has done the same thing as if he had punched, and isolated one arm. Lovato now turns in for the arm lock and gets the submission. Well-conceived guard work in MMA is rare these days. Camping in someone's guard to punch isn't as straightforward as it seems. A good trapper is constantly looking to exploit space openings, to trap your posture and get the finish. Okay, don't strike and don't stall. What about standing? Now, that is something that has potential. The trapper's hips now cannot shoot up to trap posture so easily. From here, you can look to break wrist control to pass or strike. Be careful about creating space here though. You might catch an up kick and give up a triangle. Random kicks aside, what I wanted to focus on is a key decision to be made in this standing situation. This, in my opinion, is what makes good MMA grapplers great. It's not about specific guards or moves, but the transition between trapping the striker to sweeping the passer. Hoping to rely on mastery of one guard position is a pointless endeavor. There is no best guard, only best decisions. Standing will neutralize many of a trapper's options, but it comes at a cost. Your base is exposed. A good MMA guarder recognizes this window and will get under the opponent's base quickly. Now he can go for the sweep or at least get back to his feet. Once the opponent stands, they can throw heavy strikes with very little penalty. It is critical to get under the exposed base quickly before they can even fire off the first shot. As their strategy switches from punching to tripoding, a good MMA guarder must keep up by switching from trapper to sweeper. You don't have to wait till the opponent stands to sweep though. Dylan Dennis recently showed how a trapper can exploit the small spaces created by punching. Here his opponent decides to strike while being entangled. This opens up the small space Danis needs to hook the opponent's leg. Danis can now pull himself under the opponent's base to go for a sweep. Standing late, to flee now when Danis is already under the base, is a losing proposition. The opponent is brought down again, and Danis is able to get a footlock finish. Trapping is a concept that can be elaborated on in many ways. And over the years, there have been several well-defined systems developed by various practitioners. Like the one showed here for example. Though the various systems start at a different initial trapping position, the commonality amongst them is that they express a guard meta that heavily penalizes someone trying to punch at the guard. If you are interested in learning more about trap guarding, I highly recommend the work by Neil Melanson. I first encountered his system on the Irish collar and shoulder pin, through this book by Marshall Carper. I've actually written a review on the book, which you can check out at my website. In short, it's laid out very systematically, and is a must-have in terms of MMA guard knowledge. If you are into videos though, then check out some of his more recent DVDs released through BJJ Fanatics. Again, these are fascinating extrapolations into the possibilities of trap guarding, and its application to MMA and self-defense. If you do intend to get a DVD, and would like to support these videos, please use my code, to get 10% off your purchase. Trap guarding is a lost art in sport BJJ these days, but it doesn't mean it's become irrelevant. With more elite grapplers entering MMA, how they will innovate trap guarding is an evolution worth keeping track on. That's it for today. Till next time folks.